Hi, I'm Calvin Bright. I'm a senior here at St. John's College Santa Fe, and I'm in the outdoor program equipment room. Here you can find bikes for any mountain biking adventures you want to do in the arroyos just off campus. There's also commuters here for going into town, but we've also got kayaks for water trips during spring break, climbing shoes, as well as camping gear that you can use for car trips or exploring all the natural wonders that New Mexico has to offer. New Mexico has always been, frankly, a kind of mythical place for me. See, my mother grew up here actually, and I'm from Indiana. And so my imagination was filled to the brim with what New Mexico could really offer. And when I discovered that St. John's had a Western campus, I was hooked. I knew I had to come here. With it just being my mom and I, and with her being a school teacher, I wasn't sure I could afford a private school like St. John's. That was just never really in the cards. And frankly, I decided that if I couldn't attend St. John's, then I would rather forego college altogether. But when the college got back to me during the admissions process and I learned the kind of financial aid that I was awarded, I couldn't believe it. It really did make kind of my biggest dreams possible, that being to attend a Great Books College, the Great Books College, as well as explore the New Mexico I'd always heard about. The program here at St. John's is incredible, to say the least. It really has given me a map to understand the world in which I live. By following chronologically the subjects of philosophy, science, music, history, and so on with other dedicated thinkers, I've come to see the world not as a series of accidents, but a series of consequences. And thanks to that, I can actually make decisions in my community that challenge the status quo and seek to find new solutions to old problems because we study the old problems here. It was here in the outdoor program equipment room that I rediscovered my love for biking and discovering alternative modes of transportation that doesn't involve fossil fuels and things like that. There really is so much accessibility in terms of getting bikes, whether it be for outdoor uses or just commuting. There's really such a nice culture here of problem solving together in the equipment room, whether it be on your personal bike or on the commuter you just rented, which really builds a sense of self-reliance that really actually encouraged me to sell my truck and just commute on bike here in Santa Fe, which has been an incredible decision. As if it wasn't enough that I got to do the Great Books program here and really get to think with, learn alongside, and grow with other students. There's also the city of Santa Fe, which really harmonizes with our project here at St. John's. Santa Fe is a city, it's not called the city different for nothing. It really actually reconsiders and challenges a lot of the status quo we see here in the United States. Santa Fe has been a great place for me to discover how to be a democratic citizen, which is actually one of the pillars of St. John's. Whether it be the bike advocacy group that I discovered here, or actually the Atomic Policy Group, who advocates for a safer and cleaner world. While at the same time, being in the capital of New Mexico, it really is the center of so much political action. I personally know of so many students who have gone to work at the City Hall, work at the State House, be a part of museums here, cultural and heritage sites, nonprofits, think tanks, all the above. I mean, good luck not running into someone with which you can have a really interesting conversation with. Between top scientists being here for think tanks, natural earth builders, or people just generally questioning how we do things, you're going to find a lot of interesting folks here in Santa Fe with whom you can have conversations that really go above and beyond your everyday interactions. Even though there's plenty to do off campus, there's really so much going on campus as well. With the student life team, there's so many neat events going on, whether it be dances throughout the year, bringing in artists to do workshops. I remember one in particular where we actually cut up old film and created our own sort of miniature films out of cut and splice pieces from the 60s and 70s. Things like that are honestly commonplace here at St. John's. And if you're the kind of student who wants to take on more of a leadership role or you feel inclined that way, St. John's really has such an incredible launching board for you to do that. Because of the way our club system works, where you can start your own and get funding for it, essentially any interest can be funded and represented. I started the music club, and we're on track now to have a recording studio of sorts built into the Fine Arts building. And this all started just because a few friends and I decided that we were going to change something and try and represent music more here at St. John's. Not to mention that through student life you can host any event, whether it be artistic, cultural, religious. anything you'd like. I really do feel so lucky to have grown and have learned here at a community as special as St. John's. Not to mention that I'm so glad that Santa Fe will be a kind of second home for me, one I can always return to and be amazed by.